Some heroes are born with power, some earn it through years of training, and some are changed in a single instant. This is the story of a hero whose life was rewritten by lightning, a hero who learned that speed isn't just about moving fast, it's about how quickly you choose to do the right thing. This is the origin of the Flash. Section 1. A child, obsessed with answers. Barry Allen was never the fastest kid on the playground. He wasn't the strongest, loudest, or most popular either. What Barry was curious. From a young age, he wanted to know why things happened, why the sky turned different colors at sunset, why machines worked the way they did, why some questions had answers, and others didn't. While other kids played games, Barry took things apart and tried to put them back together. Sometimes he succeeded, sometimes he didn't, but he always learned something. His parents encouraged that curiosity. They believed questions were just as important as answers. Barry's childhood was quiet, normal, and safe, until one night changed everything. Section 2. The Night That Never Made Sense. Late one evening, a sudden storm appeared over Barry's home. Lightning cracked across the sky with no warning. Thunder shook the walls. Inside the house, chaos followed. When the storm ended, Barry's world was shattered. His mother was gone. His father was blamed. But to Barry, nothing about that night made sense. The evidence didn't add up. The explanations felt wrong, and no one could give him answers that matched what he remembered. From that moment on, Barry's curiosity turned into something deeper, a need for truth. Section 3. Growing up with unanswered questions. As Barry grew older, he became known for being late to everything. Late to school, late to meetings, late to conversations. But it wasn't because he didn't care. Barry's mind was always racing ahead, analyzing, calculating, questioning. He noticed details others missed, tiny inconsistencies, small clues. While others moved on, Barry stayed behind, trying to understand. He studied science not just as a subject, but as a tool, a way to bring order to chaos, a way to prove that truth could be found if you looked hard enough. Eventually, Barry became a forensic scientist, someone who uses science to uncover facts hidden in plain sight. It was the perfect job for someone who believed every mystery had an explanation. Section 4. The Storm Returns. One night, while working late in his lab, a familiar feeling returned. The air grew heavy, lights flickered, thunder rolled outside. Barry barely had time to react. Lightning tore through the sky, shattered the lab windows, and struck the equipment around him. Chemicals exploded. Energy surged. Barry was thrown backward as electricity surrounded him. In an instant, everything went dark. Doctors said Barry was lucky to be alive. He had been struck by lightning and exposed to experimental chemicals, a combination that should have been fatal. Instead, Barry survived. But when he woke up, he was no longer the same. Section 5. Something is different. At first, the changes were subtle. Barry healed faster than normal. His thoughts felt sharper, his reflexes quicker. Then came the accidents. Objects moved when he brushed past them. Rooms blurred when he ran. Moments seemed to stretch and slow around him. One day, Barry realized something impossible. He wasn't late anymore. He was early, very early. Barry discovered he could move faster than anything he had ever seen. Faster than machines, faster than sound, faster than thought. But with that speed came danger. One wrong step could cause destruction. One careless move could hurt someone. Barry didn't see his powers as a gift. He saw them as a responsibility. Section 6. Learning to stand still. Speed created a new problem for Barry. The faster he moved, the more isolated he felt. When time slows down around you, conversations become painfully slow. Moments stretch on. People feel distant. Barry realized that being fast didn't mean rushing through life. It meant learning when to slow down. He trained himself, measured every movement, learned control before freedom. He tested the limits of his abilities, not to show off, but to understand them. Because Barry knew something most heroes learn too late. Power without control is dangerous. Section 7. The choice to become a hero. Barry could have kept his abilities secret forever. used his speed only for himself. But then he remembered the night that took everything from him, the unanswered questions, the people who needed help when no one arrived in time. Barry realized something important. If he could be there faster than anyone else, then maybe no one else would have to feel that loss. So Barry made a choice. He designed a suit that could withstand friction and heat. He created ways to track his movements and protect others from the shock waves of his speed. He didn't want fear to follow him. He wanted hope to arrive first. That's when the city gave him a name: the Flash. Section 8. Running Toward Danger. As the Flash, Barry became a blur of red streaks and lightning. He stopped disasters before alarms could sound, rescued people before they knew they were in danger, appeared and vanished like a living bolt of electricity. But being the fastest didn't mean being the strongest. Barry made mistakes. He misjudged situations. He learned that some problems couldn't be outrun, and sometimes being fast wasn't enough. Those moments taught Barry the most important lesson of all: you can't fix everything by running away from it. Section 9. The Cost of Speed. With time, Barry learned that his speed gave him access to something extraordinary: moments, possibilities, choices. He realized that even the smallest action could change everything. Being fast meant seeing consequences before they happened. It meant understanding that every decision mattered. Barry carried the weight of that knowledge quietly. He didn't see himself as a symbol. He saw himself as someone who got a second chance and refused to waste it. Section 10. The Meaning of the Flash. The Flash isn't just about speed. He's about being there when it matters, about moving toward danger when others run away, about choosing to act, even when you're afraid. Barry Allen didn't become a hero because of lightning. He became a hero because when given power, he chose responsibility. When given speed, he chose service. And when given the chance to outrun his past, he chose to face it. The fastest way forward. The Flash reminds us that life moves fast, but what matters is what you do in the moments you're given. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the fastest. You just have to be willing to show up when it counts. And that is the origin of the Flash.